Hi guys, and welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. Today, we are going to be working on some stuff that I've been meaning to do for a while now, and will help further projects. But today's to-do list: build out the docks, add create machines, which by that I mean finally getting a brass smelter, which is going to take for ages. We're also going to be working on an experience tank, because I have 40 levels, and I am prone to get my ass kicked by life and gravity. Also, build out some greenhouses and farms. Basically, some basic stuff for like the limes and such, because I want to work on that, and I want to really expand on that, and I want to basically have a lot of automation done. But yeah, if you didn't see last episode, this is Nugget. He is precious. If anything happened to Nugget, I would destroy everything in this village and then myself. But yeah, but we're going to also check on the villagers today. But today's mostly going to be working around here. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, I guess you guys are some of the goblins that are supposed to be coming in, so yeah. Well, sis, I don't know about you, but I think this is the place. Agreed, this will do quite nicely for now, till we build what we desire. Fair enough? Fair enough indeed. Alright. What a lovely place. I think I might like it here after all. Fair enough indeed. Willow, what you up to? Oh, hey Pookletons. How's it going? Alright, what are you up to? Well, since you're asking, I'm working on my food stand. I figured it would be a good way to make some coin. Plus, I've always liked cooking. And it lets me view everyone so I can make sure they don't get into any trouble. Also, I believe the chief's son is looking for you. I saw him by your dire wolves last. Well, I'm headed there eventually anyway, so thank you, Willow. Much appreciated. But, yeah. David, what you working on here? I also see you've grown a very large tree. It's pretty, and it adds to the atmosphere, but it does kind of block your house. Alright, time to get to work on my storehouse and stand. Then I can go back to being a merchant. What, the building life not doing it for you, buddy? Uh-huh. Not enjoying diggy holing? Well, that is... Well, I think I saw someone over here. Alright. Guess this will do for now. Hopefully they find out what's going on quick. Fair enough. Someone's clearly crabby about being here. Alright. Well, we'll be working over here mostly today. Building out the docks there. Maybe making, like, I don't know, a person... I don't know what I'm trying to say. A ship person who watches over that kind of crud. Basically, we need to start having a fishing dock and other crud and boat dock and everything. But, Lavender, what you up to? Can't wait for David to open his stall at the plaza so I can get some seeds. But I need to finish my greenhouse first. Oh, well, you're working on a greenhouse. Well, I'll be working on several of those. That's why I spent a disproportionate several hours of my life just mining copper. So that way I can put a couple here and, you know, start farming. Because this is nice and all, but I'd like it to be a bit more streamlined. And at least look half decent, and then I can easily access resources. But to give you a taste before I go over to the dire wolves and check them out, we shall see what we got here. But yeah, basically I've been smelting a lot of copper, and this isn't even all the copper. Did I put it in one of these? I put it somewhere. Anyways, it's a lot of copper. We're going to need it. We're also going to be getting myself a bee farm, so that way I can make sure the copper doesn't oxidize, which is going to be something that I will need to find my lasso for, which is going to suck. But, here he is. The Goblin Champion. Okay. Hello, Pookletons. I'm here to deliver these gifts for my father to you. I guess that's what's in the barrel. I haven't looked yet. Thank you, but how are you going to join him now that you're done here? You know? Sadly, I won't be joining him, as he has asked me to stay here and aid you in whatever way possible. Before I can do that, I will need to make myself a home and help people settle in. He seems disappointed to be stuck here. Then I should be able to help you as needed. As you need. My bad. Don't worry about it. Take all the time you need. And thanks. Much appreciated. And thanks for helping my father. His mood seems to have lightened up just a little. Well, that's honestly, I can understand why it sucks for you. I'd be pretty peeved if I was just left here, but what's in the barrel? Ooh, baby. Okay, very much appreciated. This will actually help a lot, and I'm very excited for that fact. But, yes. These actually definitely will be helpful because I'm going to need to collect some bees up. And that's going to be its own little challenge. But, yeah. This is all very helpful. Thank you. But with that being said, we're going to be building the docks over here, just to give you an idea of where we're starting from. But yeah, some of the things I need, for example, is an area to store magma, an area to store experience points in a tank, and that costs a lot of copper to make those tanks, and luckily I have a press. I also want a compactor, because this one presses metal fine enough, and I could just put one of the items down here, and then call it a day, but I can't do that to myself. So, yeah. And we're also going to probably be building out a nice little house here, like the dockmaster's quarters or something like that. It will be nice, but the nice fashion dock shall be here. So, yes. With that being said, let's just get into it, because there is a lot of stuff that I need to do. With that being said, and we're back. And I'm ready to show you what I've worked on, which I think is quite a lot. Honestly, you know, I've prepared several items that I'm going to need. Or I should say, demonstrate how I got them. One of the biggest things I got to work, which again, we're going to need all of this crud, was this. My brass smelter, which took a little bit of jury-rigging, and then eventually I got to a more advanced state. And underneath here, if we just go like, boom. No, wrong way. I swear I left this thing open. Yeah, I did. Anyways, eventually I got this, but for the first little while I was smelting some brass to get this mechanism, long story short, it took a lot longer, but eventually it's fully automated, it's speed, so all I need to do whenever I need some brass is just throw some ingredients in, maybe not the iron bucket, but just a sec. We'll need some gosh darn magma to demonstrate. Without it, it will not mix. Which brings us to the second thing, or the thing that I worked on the longest, which was building this bad boy up, which is my fluids room. It does not have water, but to be honest, I don't really need it. And if I really want to build a little water shack, I can do it right here. But I don't really need it. And the reason being is because I got all of this in here for XP and lava, which I'll need lava for occasionally brass melting. Just pop it in here. I made myself a humongous tank because I just need big storage, mostly. And again, I want to have access to it and do a very minimal amount of filling on it. I might fill it up more, might not. I also made myself a little compost shack with auto composters because I really didn't want to deal with all the nonsense that comes with building like not a functioning, just placing it in is what I'm trying to say. So I just made an auto doer because again, once I get my greenhouses, which I will show off, and we will plant some plants in. But yeah, just literally boom, gets us plenty of good old-fashioned brass, which I'm going to need a lot of. Which means I'm going to need to eventually build a better mining machine, which is just another, you know, long-standing problem. But yeah, as you can see, Blaze just going nuts, heats up the thing, makes brass. And of course, we also built a wax farm, which was me hunting down bees, which I think if I remember to keep the footage, I should have me literally hunting down bees, and then I just bred my way up to this much. And yeah, it makes a decent amount of wax. Don't have to worry about it. Gets pretty darn good, all things considered. Again, I have to make sure the bees don't despawn, which is going to be a pain in the butt, but it's an easy enough problem to fix if I find enough name tags. Can't we craft name tags? Name tags. Oh, yes you can. And it's like relatively easy. Well, maybe I will do that. But I do need to make an anvil then. I also had to make this, the auto poker, because, yeah, complicated mechanisms like these, you need these. You can't do it any other way. Yeah, random salvage. So, all things be considered equal, I think I did pretty well. But yeah, in here is the greenhouses. They're pretty basic, but I do like how they turned out. I will get proper crop design, you know, what crops go in where, but for now, this is just a starter one. Because we need all the crops we can get our grubby little mitts on. I don't think we need cotton right now. And we'll go with, actually, yeah. Oh, nope, I'm going to not touch that any further. But yeah, we'll just use this for our experimental ones so we can get ourselves something to start with. And we'll go from there. But yeah, I'll use the other ones for like wheat and potatoes and carrots. Pretty simple stuff. They're all basically cookie cutter design, but I really like how it came together. And honestly, it's pretty darn good. Again, this is mostly just for, you know, me getting what I need. Does this need to be... Oh yeah, we need lemon seeds, not just straight up. There you go. And boom, and boom, and boom. Plenty of lemons. So, yeah. As you can see, made this relatively nicely. We'll mess around with it more off camera, because I just wanted to demonstrate what I was doing. But, yeah, we also need to just throw berries in here for now. I'll move them over when I have more free time, because I have so much I need to do. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And we'll come back when these grow more. But yes, I also worked on the docks a bit. Just a bit. I made myself like a dock master's house. That's why this is here. Made myself a little fish market. Again, getting the size for this and me being happy with it has been a pain in the butt. But I will, you know, get to it eventually. Putting up little stands, nothing too crazy. Again, it's supposed to be a fish market, not so much the main plaza market. I do plan to decorate further in the future. Like, think about like a couple piles of logs next to the sawmill, and some piles of like different stones over here piled up, and like, you know, stuff like that. A lot more decorative looking create stuff that will look pretty fantastic when the time comes, but I just lacked ambition and getting these videos out on a decent time, which is anyone who's watched any of my videos can recall. My scheduling of that is horrendous, but we make it work. And yeah, you can see I was just literally growing some spruce for some of the buildings, much like the one over there. But yeah, all of this is placing down and relatively good. I'm relatively happy with this, all things considered. I do have bigger plans that I do want to implement, and some things I will be working to clean up more perfect personally. Ugh. Oh, lag spike. Lag spike real hard. Anyways. But yeah. For example, I really want to clean this up. It looks hideous. It's not nice. There's some trees I want to plant eventually, but I gotta go hunting for those, which is just a pain in the butt. But it's not as bad as it could be. But yeah, I want to basically clean up all of this and get my storage, you know, sorted out a bit more. And, hello. I'll talk to everyone, actually, before I forget, but where to build my home? Such an important decision to make. I must choose wisely. You do that, man. But I also want to clean up this. Because although, yes, it works, I really don't like how it's an eyesore. It's a massive eyesore, and I want to handle it. I also want to maybe clean up some of this and, move it away. And maybe I'll make a farm, like just a pretty farm to move some of the chickens, but my more, important stuff, like my cow farm for leather, because I need backpacks to a healthy degree. But yeah, that might be a game plan for next episode, or off camera, depending on how I feel. But yeah, I think a couple trees, maybe like a little area here with like a little hose for water to go in. Gotta love the lemon sharks, because apparently they spawn in that particular ocean biome. I also made this little dock. Again, this will not be the main dock area, because it does lead to the ocean, but only very small ships can even think of reaching here, so it's not the biggest of locations. It is more of the industrial and where supplies comes in for that kind of area. Again, I could also potentially just fill these up with chests and use it as a good material, like storage place for stone and other things. There's also a lot of other crap I need to build, like I need to build a crusher, like, really badly, so I don't have to go crazy mining for stone. Well, actually, sand is what I need, because, honestly, it's just a pain in the butt. But honestly, that might be just how I go about it. Again, a place for storing large-scale materials like stone might be in here, because I don't really have a very good purpose for these yet, and it feels appropriate, considering how close it is to the mine. So maybe I'll use these for storing wood. Gotta love when you come up with an idea in the last second. But yeah, I think we're gonna go talk to the people up at the plaza, because honestly, I kind of passed by them and didn't say hello. So yeah. But honestly, I am really liking how this is coming together. And again, I will sort out the greenhouses to be a more efficient looking affair, because I still need wheat and other materials, especially for hay bales and other kind of cool stuff. But yeah, let's go up here. I also removed the house that was here, used its copper to help build some of the greenhouses. So yeah, very glad though that the bee farm worked out, because gosh darn was I not looking forward to dealing with oxidization. But yeah. Thank you for the seeds, David. With these seeds, I can start my garden. No problem. It's what us merchants are here to do. Okay. But, yeah. Coming right up. I think I'll have one of your sandwiches, please. Fair enough. Well, it looks like the people are getting along. People are settling in. No chaos has erupted yet. But, yeah. Next episode, I think I will work on some things maybe out in this direction, just to keep the village, moving, because I have been doing a lot here, and I want to build some farms out here maybe. Who knows? We'll see. All depends on how much ambition I get after I sort through all of my items and do some grinding, because I need a lot of materials on any given project, and I want to have a variety and options, and I just don't have that right now with my storage system. With that being said, if you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment down below, and I hope you might check out one of my other videos. I do believe my Dispatch series should be coming out by the time this video comes to, fruition. But if it hasn't, maybe check out one of my Jurassic World episodes, or one of my previous episodes where I play a game with some of my pals. But with that being said, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!